Now, I will note you may not have a verse 23 in your chapter 8 if you are using a Christian edition of the Bible. The Jews and the Christians actually divide the chapters up differently here. That's because verse 23 is connected with the verse after it in the New Testament book of Matthew. It looks like verse 23 belongs to this one because it reuses these same obscure words. The end of this verse and all of the next verse look as though they've been mangled in scribal transmission. Neither the ancient versions nor any scholarly emendations have proven much help to figuring this out. So I'm sorry to say that there's really no way to make much sense out of this. The idea here of gloom and darkness for the dead does seem to be a prevailing theme, but then we have this last part here, which makes a little bit more sense, but unfortunately we still have no idea what it's talking. It says, in the former time he made insignificant the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, but in the latter time he has made more important the way of the sea beyond Jordan, Galilee of the nations. Now, the word that's translated as insignificant means to make light of something. Might also mean to curse something. The word that's translated made important means to make something heavy, the opposite of making light. And so we have here the idea that previously Zebulun and Naphtali were made light, and in a later time, the way of the sea and beyond Jordan, Galilee of the nations, are going to be made heavy. That seems to be an obvious parallel between these two parts of the line here, being opposites to each other. But unfortunately, we have no idea what this actually means. There's no historical event or anything that we're aware of that actually matches this description. And the word Galilee is significant to New Testament writers, particularly because this is one of the few times that the word Galilee actually appears. But does it mean the same Galilee that is the Galilee of the New Testament times? That's questionable. It seems to be indicating a place that is beyond Jordan. But at least to the author of Matthew, it seemed very significant to him, and he tied it to the verse which follows. So really, we end this chapter with a bit of question marks, not sure what we're actually talking about here or what historical event is happening. We know this has something to do with them inquiring of the dead and not getting good answers, but we're not sure what that has to do with a previous time involving Zebulun and Naphtali, or a later time involving Galilee, or this place known as the Way of the Sea.